Why is it that when I talk, it moves to you?
I have no idea.
I'm talking. Thank you.
It heard you.
Jeez.
It heard you.
Like, why are you not letting me be the focus here? I'm the one speaking.
No, you speaking the most.
I know, it's tired of my own voice. I tell my students that all the time, like, listen, I have to talk more. I don't like it. I don't like my voice. So if you're making me talk to the point that I have to use my voice and hear it over and over again, we got a problem. You ready to go by the seat of our pants and see how well we do?
Let's wing it.
Girl, I'm going to be relying on you to remember some of this stuff because I may draw blanks at some point.
As long as you can come up with the questions.
And that works. All right. Let's get started. All right. Grab your tea, pull up a chair, and welcome to the lair. I'm Tabby.
I'm Alex. And we are the face of Cozy Boutique and Dragon Lair.
Correct. And this is from Layer to Library, the podcast where we drag our favorite books onto screen and see exactly how they live up to the hype, or if they should definitely deserve to get roasted by dragons.
And we will roast them. A lot.
Yeah.
And badly.
Very true, very true. All right, first thing first, let's do a week check-in. What's been your favorite drink and snack?
My favorite drink this week is probably Ghost because I am exhausted. And my snack is still skinny popcorn. I'm hyperfixating right now on that.
I can tell.
Yeah.
But that's been a lot of days that has been your go-to.
I just sit at my desk at work and just mindlessly eat this.
I understand. Mine has clearly been sparkling ice, and I've been doing sparkling ice caffeine too.
Yeah, she just showed me this, and I tried it, and it's awesome.
So good. I need to get the blue raspberry one next. And then I would say probably my go-to snack, probably been pretzels. I've been like in a salty craving lately, so pretzels. My go-to.
Nutella.
Yeah.
That sounds so good.
Some
eat the Nutella though.
Why not?
Do you know how bad that is for me?
I mean, well, yes, but in moderation, it's fine.
I can't do
Okay.
moderation.
Yeah, moderation. That was a bad. That was a bad one. All right. What are you currently reading?
Well, I am still on why do I never remember this book name? I read and I know. I read too many things at once. What Remains of You? Again, it's the wife whose husband died and she found a letter and he's like, I got secrets, and she's unraveling these secrets. It's getting pretty juicy, actually. It's by Kimberly Hensel Lowrance, Lowrance. I don't know why I feel like I need to spell that every time, but here we are. And then I also just downloaded Mermaid in Manhattan because we all know I love The Little Mermaid.
Oh, yes, you definitely do. Girl, you are so all over that. All right, well, I just try to pull mine up. So, I just read, it's called One Summer Day by Jane Handler. It is the intro into her new book that is getting ready to drop. Let me look. July 9th.
Okay.
So let me see. When our podcast airs, it will be. It should be like Thursday.
Yeah. So we dropped this on the 30th.
Well, no, we dropped this one on the 7th. So it'll be on Thursday in 2 days.
I don't know my calendar days.
That's why I had to look it up, girl. So I'm reading I just read that. I'm reading the One Winter Night by Jane Handler. Only reason I have it is because I'm on her ARC team, so I actually already had the book sent to me, so I was able to read it, so I can review it when it's immediately dropped. So I'm excited for that because it goes in her whole universe, everything. It's if you like anything having to do with like in the Omegaverse,
Oh, yeah.
which I'm obsessed. I have tons of books, and if you want Rex, just let me know because I love everything because it mixes hockey with the Omegaverse, and I'm just like, oh, love it.
I'm lucky.
Because she has like Fighting the Forward series. She has our older sister. They're all like connected in different ways. Love it. I'm actually getting ready to buy her sister's books because I read them on ARC. They just finished dropping the third audiobook of that because it's like a trio.
Okay.
They just dropped the third audiobook, and I'm gonna go back and like listen to the audiobooks of it.
I miss audiobooks.
I know you have a short commute, so you don't get to. That's why I purposely set aside like listening to them when I do like my training, like my running days. I will listen to my audiobooks.
But I'm not allowed to run.
I don't have a choice, girl. I've got
I
to
know.
train for my triathlon coming up on my birthday in August.
Freaking transfers. I got transferred from a 25-minute drive. Well, in the morning. Could be like up to 45 minutes on the way home because of traffic. And then now I drive 7 minutes each way.
Yeah.
7.
Yeah.
So it's not even worth like starting a book. It'll take me a year to get through one.
Right. All right. So let's kick this off. So episode 5, what are our thoughts with how Garrett and Hannah's relationship is going?
I think it's pretty good. Every time you have to help me fix my notes. I think it's going pretty good. I think it was really sweet of her to be like, I'm going with you to Thanksgiving.
I love that too.
I
felt like she very much like when he was explaining, like, well, he didn't even really explain. He just kind of was like, he has to go to his dad's to meet his dad's fiance.
and she can tell he's not happy about it.
She was very much getting the vibes of like, okay, something clearly is going on deeper that he's not mentioning.
And she was like, that's what girlfriends do. They're there.
That's what real girlfriends do.
Real girlfriends do. Thank you.
Yes.
So that was, I feel like that was super sweet.
I love that.
I do hate, I mean, I understand, but I feel like he hastily, was like, I'm like my dad, I'm no good for you, and like basically broke up with her.
Yeah.
I feel like that was a little, I don't want to say it was an overreaction because I feel like I understand like his thought process in like what happened and all of that and why he feels the way he feels because his
What episode was that?
That was it the 5th episode? No, it was the 6th episode.
No, because the 6th is about, is that the 7th? That's the 7th, right?
That is the 7th.
But that finally comes to
Am I mixing up 6 and 7?
I think you are, because 6 is going to be the one where Dean and Allie.
Oh, you're right.
Because I did the whole
Dean and Allie because it was Thanksgiving.
It throws us off because they tied it in, and it throws you off.
See, I am on Garrett.
No. This is why when we go over, I'm going to mention this, but I know we're going to do the heat of rivalry eventually because I'm obsessed with that. Girl, like I'm so, my heart. But this is why I get thrown off too, because like they did a jump in there too, where they talked about the first book, because this was like the second book is what basically the main thing was about. But the first book only had like one episode and then like a few minutes in other ones. And it threw me off timeline wise because I was like, well, wait a minute, why are we backtracking? Because this does not match up timeline wise.
Well, yeah, the timeline, and then like they changed everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm very
I'm thrown off
by the timeline.
Okay. So I think that's why we're mixing up 6 and 7 is because we're like, oh wait, Allie and Dean have an episode in this. Well, when like in our brains we're going, in the books they're not till the 3rd book.
To me, like I feel like that Dean and Allie episode would be episode 8 because now we're going into that, but it's not. It's
because they're mixing up and meshing the timelines of how things happen.
Yeah, and they were not meshed together.
They were not meshed together.
Yes. So, yeah, at this point then, yeah, I feel like it's going fine. I feel like it's good.
Yeah.
She's being
They
supportive
seem
and
solid. I liked that before they went in, she was like, "Okay, like, let's have a way to be able to get out of this." She's like, "Squeeze once if you're okay, squeeze twice if you're ready to leave."
yeah, that was cute.
And I liked, like, when they were in his bedroom and, like, she got a phone call, like, he squeezed her hand once, like, "I'm fine." But then at the dinner table, like, you could tell with the bruises and stuff, he was reacting, he squeezed her twice, and
She's like,
she immediately knew.
I don't feel good. I'm sorry. We need to go.
Yeah. So, like, I love that little, like, communication part of, like, where
Yeah.
they talked about it beforehand, like, they knew what would happen. Just, like, how every relationship should be, like, open and honest communication.
Open and honest, supportive, um, understanding where the other one's coming from.
Right. Being there to, like, be a
Because
supporter.
even at that point, she didn't know.
Yeah, she didn't know until they were pulled off to
Yeah.
the side afterward, and she, like,
She was like, "Did he
"He
hit
hit
you?"
you?" And, like, you could just
You
tell.
could, yeah.
And just immediately, like, you could tell.
Like he didn't have to say anything. She
Yeah.
knew.
She knew. And again, that just is, like, that was one of my favorite moments too, because it's, like, you get that such a deep connection with them where it's, like, he was the only one who knew about her history, and now she's the only one who knows about his history. And it's, like,
Yeah.
such that deep connection.
Mhm.
But I also then feel like that's what plays into what happens in episode 7, which we'll talk about in
Yeah.
the next episode.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's running up to, like, okay, you guys are each other's person, clearly. You're telling each other. I was like, but you also need to have more than just each other. Like,
Yeah.
that support from
Yeah.
outside. I feel like that does come up in those next episodes,
Yeah.
which is going to be an amazing moment to talk about. Let's see. I feel like, is it toward, yes, from the beginning. So, like, when you pick back up from, like, she had just sang to him when he was on the ice, and, like, he walks in to the room up in the, like, press box area. Um, when, like, they go to kiss, but then, like, she stops, she goes, "Well," like, they're like, "Wait a minute," like, making sure, like, "Okay, we're on the same page.
Yeah.
Is this real? Like, you're not gonna, there's no more Justin, there's no more, like, dirty messages, there's no more, like, this is, like, we're in this for
Yeah.
real." I loved that moment because I'm like, it just made it so it was like, yes, we're very much like, we both want the same thing.
Yeah.
I just felt like that was so sweet. Again, it comes back to that whole, like, him just being, like, a respectful, like, making sure kind of person, and I
Yeah.
love that.
I do too. That was, yeah. The relationship at this point is just like, I don't know. Idyllic.
Yeah. It's kinda like a very, like, it's getting all kinds of green flags.
Yeah.
All kinds.
All the green flags.
All the green
And
flags.
he's already a respect king, so
Oh, I know. I love our respect kings and our consent kings. Like, they're just amazing.
Yes.
Always just the little check-ins.
Definitely.
Gotta love those check-ins. Alright, let's kick over to our deep dive,
All right.
where we go from kind of what happened in the book to then what portrays up onto the screen.
Yep.
So we're going to start off with our Hannah's internal battle.
Yes.
So in the book, at this point, she is navigating, like, vulnerability, past traumas, realizing her feelings for Garrett are completely bypassing the deal.
Mm-hmm.
So then on screen at this point, then we've already kind of gone past that. We're now into the point, like, she already knows she loves Garrett. Like, she's making it happen.
Yeah.
Um,
They're together and she's like, this is it.
I still feel like, though, all those internal battles are still there. Like, she's still having problems
Yes.
with the song with Justin. She gets mad at him for singing the song. And was like, it's not ready. It's not good enough. It's not.
Well,
and
she
he's
hates the song.
Well, yeah.
She hates the lyrics.
Oh my gosh. My favorite moment is when he's singing it and Allie looks at her and goes, golden shower? Like pee?
Yeah.
I just died laughing. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I didn't finish that.
Yeah. I was like, oh, no. Yeah. That's what it sounds like.
Oh, yeah, no, that's what it definitely sounds like. Definitely sounds like.
Like, I'm over here thinking like Taylor Swift's Lavender Haze, but like yellow. But but then she said that, and I was like, never mind.
Oh, like I'm thinking something totally different now.
That
Totally different.
the Swiftie thing is completely out of my head
Oh.
now.
Totally out. But just like that internal battle of like trying to find herself still in her music and dealing with like that internal battle of like she feels like she can't find her voice after what happened and like she can't write songs like she did when she was in high school because of all that.
Yeah.
And like you see that internal turmoil still happening from that past trauma.
Yeah.
And it's like very much like in the book and that it's very much like similar, like she's still dealing with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Because she like stopped writing.
Yeah.
In the show because of it.
Yeah. So I feel like for her, that internal battle, that's kind of what's going on. So it's like she's moved past like realizing Garrett and the deal and like they're already together in the show and stuff. That's a little different, but like with the past trauma, it's the same.
Yeah.
Moving on to Garrett's like vulnerability because there's very much vulnerable moments in that episode. So in the book though, he's kind of dropping that arrogant defensive mechanism. He's opening up about like his intense family pressures, his father, and what Hannah truly means to him.
Yeah.
And I feel like that is very much what was happening in this TV show as well, like with the Thanksgiving of like they were gonna do family Thanksgiving or friend Thanksgiving, but then dad asked, so they go.
Oh, Friendsgiving.
We're gonna talk about that, girl.
The Friendsgiving.
Alright, so like that just like he's still dealing with that very much stuff in the show as well.
Yeah.
The crossroads moment. So in the book at this time, it's like that transition from like fake dating to the undesirable, real emotional, physical attachment. The shift of how like they look at each other when the cameras aren't watching, kind of thing. And I feel like that also plays out then with the show. So I feel like
it does.
In the moment, we've got to the moment in the book and the show where like they're kind of on the same page right now.
Yeah.
Because like I know the show moved a lot faster than the book, but that's because you get more detail in the book. Because it's just
because of the timeline.
But I feel like we've gotten to the point where like it's in this fifth episode is kind of like okay,
it pretty much
we're very much aligned
emotionally,
yes,
and dynamically in the relationship.
Yes, very much so, very much so.
Yeah.
All right. So the next thing we are going to look at. So how tenderly did the show handle like the deep emotional conversations and the trust building moments from like taking it from the book into this show?
Well, I feel like you could see like how much Hannah realized how much she trusts Garrett.
Yes.
You know, that emotional strengthening of liking each other. I feel like, you know, in the what was it called? The O? Was that the title of the episode? That really showed how she's like the trust. I know that's like the last episode.
Yeah.
But like you can see how that's growing. And then like with now they're in these episodes they're coming out more about their like traumas and stuff. And I feel like that shows their growing emotional attachment and trust.
Yeah, and
each other.
I think that was really well shown too, like in the Jeep scene after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Like he felt comfortable enough in like their hug to actually like kind of have a moment to break down.
I almost kind of liked the Jeep scene in this show
more than the book because in the book they just do it.
Yeah. And I'm like, but you guys just like had like a trauma thing happen.
Right.
Now you're just doing it in a car, whereas they actually had like a true moment.
Like a true like emotional trauma moment. Like this is a very much it almost is like now that I've seen this and how the show has portrayed it, like that's very much like it almost gives me red flags then in the book moment because it's like, we're kind of glossing over that. Where it's like very much green moment in that Jeep scene where it's like talking about it.
Serious.
They're able to have an intimate hug and like be able to kind of release their energy and like with like It's always good to cry. I don't care if you're a girl, if you're a boy, if you're whatever you identify as. A very good release is being able to cry. It helps to release those emotions. Like, and it's nothing to be like ashamed of it. So you should feel comfortable being able to do that, especially with the people you trust.
Everyone cries.
Yeah.
Even if it's over something stupid, everyone cries. Sometimes you just gotta have
Sometimes it just needs to happen. You build it up too much, and it can come out in ways that you don't want to have to see that happen.
And I'm the queen of that, so I know. Take it for somebody who knows. Just cry it out, man. Just cry it out.
But yeah, so I liked the way that they handled that trust and the intimacy kind of moments.
Yeah.
I have to say, I liked how they did, like, the very intimate moments of, like, when they're finally having sex.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, how they're, like, showing the different progressions. They didn't make it, like, where it was, like, full big scenes. They just made it was, like, progressions of, like, showing, okay, so it's happening, like a montage kind of thing. But I have to say, one of the funniest stinking moments is when they're in her room.
And her mom's
on the phone. Just
she's like,
no. Oh my
God. He's over there like, I think the whole campus heard that. Well, the whole campus heard it. My mom heard it.
Right? I was just like, oh, girl.
I kind of want to know what's going through the mom's head while that was happening.
That's something a mom should hear.
No, I feel like mom's probably trying to play that off. Like it was a butt dial, and she like is like, what's going on? Like, I can't, like, did you mean to call me?
Right.
But in reality, she's just like, why?
Oh, that's where I was going to bring up the moment we talked about last episode. When we talked about, like, the lasagna thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's the moment when they're talking about it. And she's like, oh, did they like the lasagna you made them or whatever? Because she was getting ready to ask, like, how many people are coming to Thanksgiving. Yeah. Because she brings that up, and I was like, see, like, they didn't completely gloss over it, but it still was a very minimal. They minimized it.
Yeah, it was like the picture in verbal form.
Right. Although, my little heart was very content when my mom was talking about how Hannah's dad was so proud of Garrett, and even though they lost, like he was like posting about you.
Yeah, she's like, I had to intervene.
But I just like my little heart went, oh, because his dad is breaking our heart, and her dad is putting it back together.
And you should see that, like,
it touched him.
I feel like it bothered him and it touched him. Bothered him because his dad isn't like that.
Yeah.
But touched him because somebody cares.
Yeah. And it shows that somebody cared.
Like,
no matter if they locked or not.
Yeah, and it's like, at this point, like, father figure, basically. Right. Even though they haven't met or anything, like, that is his future in-law.
Right. Right. No, I agree with that. Definitely. In that moment. All right. Let's get into the trust and intimacy thing with episode 6.
Okay.
Because I feel like these are very different. Like, two different couples are going on here in these episodes. So I feel like we'll talk about Garrett and Hannah, and then we'll move over to Dean and Allie. That's probably best. Because some of these scenes in this, we finally know who she was calling.
Yes. And now we know why it said do not call.
Right?
Because,
Oh, good Lord. I loved how it picked up, though, from, like, where Garrett was putting the blanket over her and then going upstairs. The next thing you know, he's coming in with the 2 girls and was, like, fell on top of her.
And she's like, excuse me, do you just do it anywhere?
It's like, this is my house.
Yeah. So
I love how the girls are like, you don't need him anyway. You want to go to my place?
Just left. And he's just like, okay.
Absolutely.
But then they have like that heartfelt moment around the fire.
I know, on the fire. I liked that. I liked how he actually like remembered what she said.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, somebody was paying attention clearly.
Mm-hmm. I was
a little shocked with how much like Playboy he gives, and then I was like, whoa, we remembered a conversation when you were hooking up in a bathroom?
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, I feel like you could almost see the brain chemistry changing when he sees her at the party.
Yeah.
Like
he was drawn. Oh, he was drawn into her.
Yeah, and then after that, it's kind of like almost like I can see the love of my life, but like we're also going to be in denial because, excuse my language, I'm a fuck boy.
Yeah. No, he definitely is.
Yeah,
He very much gives
and
off
he was
that.
trying to like keep like his image, but like it's Allie. He can't not
Right.
care.
Right.
And at well, at first she had a boyfriend, and after the party, he knew that. Even if not during the party, I don't really know how that worked because he saw her alone.
Oh no! So
Those were
he didn't know she had a boyfriend during that moment.
Yeah, but then he knew after.
He found out later because then her boyfriend shows up.
Yeah.
She's seen in the background, and he like can clearly see she's with somebody.
Yeah, so he's like gonna keep like his bad boy reputation.
But remember that because she reminds him when they're in the bathroom when he's hooking up or whatever. She goes, "I have a boyfriend." He's like, "I know, but it doesn't sound like he's gonna be around much longer."
Yeah, and that's what he's like. It's my time.
Jeez.
And then he ended up like not even trying to really sleep with her. It was a let's.
Well,
it was a yes and
to
no.
sleep with her, but he was very much like I loved how he referred to himself as a roller coaster, like Six Flags.
Like
She's
Six
I don't
Flags.
like roller
I mean,
coasters.
you're here for a good time, not a long time.
You
Yeah.
break up with him and you ever need somebody to call or whatever.
I feel like he
to
was
ride a roller coaster.
kind of like that.
Here's my
like,
number.
Obviously, you want to sleep with her, but also as like a pickup line and a way to kind of like slide in there. But he's also trying to save face,
right?
So
he's like, I want to make sure you have my number, but I'm gonna make it like a non-threatening kind of way.
Yeah,
like I'm not gonna be like
also with the like knowledge that they just broke up,
right.
So it was kind of like it'll be on her terms,
right?
But again, he's still a fuckboy.
Oh, he definitely is. He definitely is. So I love now that we know like that's who she was calling, and then like the whole scene of like her walking out and like him walking, and you find out like they're literally walking the same area.
She's like, I fucking love roller coasters.
Yeah. I love how she kept repeating herself every time you see him. They're like, "This is the last time. No, this is the last time."
And none of it was ever the last time.
Never the last time. Oh my gosh! I mean, like all the different places. Like you saw them where they got it on in the backstage of the Drunken Shakespeare. You saw them. They were clearly she was going to encounter at Malone's.
Yeah, that was. I was actually.
Like, are there security cameras here, ma'am?
I think my first reaction was people eat there.
That too. Like that's definitely not up to health inspector.
That is against OSHA. It's an OSHA violation.
Like, ma'am.
Yeah, they were just they're doing it everywhere.
The bathtub scene happened.
Oh my god, that was so funny because we were watching it, and then I was like, you know what I need? If they don't put the bathtub scene in next season, I'm gonna be so upset. Like I need the bathtub scene, and then
2 seconds later, it's the bathtub scene. We're like, oh, we don't have to wait.
I was like, yes, but I kind of hope that they kind of extend on that a little bit.
I hope so.
Funny because I mean, it's Winston.
I know.
It's
well, we have to see him more than just that. He is his little helper.
Yeah,
and I love that he is willing to have a helper. Like, more guys need to learn. Like, it is okay. They are tools to help you.
Yeah. It is to enhance.
Help you. Enhance the thing. Okay, guys? You always want to work smarter, not harder, right? Well, this could be a tool to help with that. Just saying.
I feel like there's a ghost. I feel like the phone ringing ghost is next to me, and
that's why it keeps going that way. Sorry, our camera is not focusing very well.
And I don't like it's bothering me. I even adjusted the camera and it's still not adjusted.
Yeah, that's weird. Anyway. Alright. Let's talk about the protective jock check.
Okay.
So Garrett and his protectiveness that we're seeing. What was your favorite moment? Let's be more of a protective. books. Like, we've been seeing it slowly progress as they've been coming real.
It slowly progress, but I feel like
it's gonna come up even more.
I feel like it comes up even more. See,
but I feel like we're starting to see it, though. It's starting to slowly, like, come into...
I feel like I'm trying to think of episode 5, but I feel like most of the protectiveness was Hannah in that episode. I feel like a lot of his protectiveness was in like episode 4 with like I would why am I missing this word now? Guard your dreams with my legs.
Yes,
like that
yes,
kind
yes,
of
very much so.
protectiveness. And I think that they show Hannah's protectiveness more.
Yes, very true, very true.
But obviously I could be forgetting something.
Trying to remember, there's one particular part. I feel like it will come to me like after we're done. I'll be like, dang it, I remember it now.
That's always how it happens.
That's how it happens. This is why I need my extensive notes in front of me.
Yep.
But I know there was one part in there somewhere when something happened.
Because I did Thanksgiving. They left. They went home.
Well, they went to Malone's.
Oh, that's right. They went to Malone's and they ate.
And they were eating. All right. Anyway, let's move on.
I think it was mainly Hannah.
It was mainly Hannah.
I don't think I think we had a lot of.
There was one moment that I'm not remembering off the top of my head. It was like very subtle. I feel like it wasn't.
Oh, see, subtle will go right over my head.
I know, girl. It really does. But that's what I'm trying to remember because I'm like, I know it's like more on the subtle side of things, but I don't remember exactly. But I know it was in there. I'm gonna have to relook and figure it out. I'll know next episode. Watch out.
That's always how it happens.
All right. Anyway, so we had some hints that popped up in this episode 5 that I feel like is very foreshadowy. So here's the one I brought up was hinting at last episode. So in this episode, you see where Tucker is going to be making like his big family, Thanksgiving meals. He clearly has a fridge fully stocked of food. Like,
multiple
oh my goodness.
Actually.
So much food. And then he taps his phone and gives Logan the list.
And Logan's
looking at it like, oh my God. And I'm like, it's very much foreshadowing of when Grace gives him the list of how to get her back.
Oh my God.
And that is what I was mentioning last time. I was like, oh my God, this is like foreshadowing for what he's going to have to then do a list of things and his
See, I was
stuff.
thinking of the fundraiser.
Nope.
But that's a good foreshadowing.
Yes. But yeah, like the list and like him having, oh my gosh, I'm going to be so excited for that because like finding that red chase lounge, what are the odds?
No, that's a good foreshadowing.
So funny, but yes.
Think about that.
Yeah. That very much gave vibes of like, he's going to have to do this list for her in his episode. And here's Tucker giving him a list of like, we need to do all this stuff for
a million Thanksgiving things.
Oh my gosh, I think
it was the diagram for me.
Yes, on the hockey board.
Like, I've got all this.
He's like, why isn't this stopping? And he's like, well, it is good here. And I'm like, oh my God.
Just like, if you guys were as good as hockey as you are, that.
Right? It's like, this would not be a problem.
And Logan's like, not the time.
Right? Oh my gosh. I'm trying to think. What are the foreshadowing? Did you have any foreshadowing moments in these?
It was, for me, the foreshadowing really was just when they called Grace's name at the fundraiser.
Yes, that too. That was very much of like, oh, she is here.
Yeah.
Clearly somewhere we're getting her.
Yeah.
We know, like, we've already seen, clearly the actress is already joined them.
Yes.
For season 2.
Yes.
We just saw, I don't know if you saw this, but at the FIFA, they were there for the Vancouver one, and she was there with them.
Yeah.
Because there's a bunch of them there.
Yeah. There was.
So.
They were all there.
That was really cool.
Most of them.
To see, and it's like, they're filming season 2. Like, this is so cool. We know they're all there.
See him telling her that she got the...
Yes, I saw that clip too.
That was like, so neat. I was like, it sounded like he was about to tell her she did not get it.
I know.
So sorry. Hope we can work together on something else in the future. And then he's just like, will you be Grace with it, the Grace to my Logan or something like that
Yeah.
for season 2? And then she started crying and she's like, that was huge.
Yeah.
She's like, I thought you were going to tell me something else.
Right. That was too funny. Yes. I did see that. That was funny.
But she seems like she'll be a good Grace.
Yes. Trying to think. Besides the episode 6 where we saw that clearly they brought in the extra help in the bathtub.
Mhm.
Although it was Tucker this time who walked in, and in the book it was Logan.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, because remember, well, I guess he couldn't because it couldn't be Logan because Logan was supposed to be like forgot his wallet because he's going on a date with Grace. So I guess that in retrospect they had to change it because Grace isn't in this one yet.
Yep.
So that makes sense. So it was Tucker in this one.
Tucker's like, oh my god, I'm sorry. And Dean's just there with the
like holding
it, and he's like, what's up? And Tucker's got this look on his face. I'm not going to ask anyone.
I need all of the jokes of what they went through in that book because the way that the guy started teasing him about all that stuff was just.
I need all the jokes.
I need all of them.
You hear that, Amazon? I need
the
jokes.
Oh. But I can't think of like any specific like lines from the book that made it into the TV show that really like stood out.
Yeah, I can't either. I feel like with the timeline, it's changing. And now we're getting into the story, like everyone's story is changing,
right?
Basically,
yeah, it's hard to like pinpoint.
Yeah,
specific
because it's not lining up at this point.
Correct. So some of the major additions, omissions, or alterations. So let's get into this. I loved Friendsgiving.
I love it.
It was giving such Tucker is such the mom of the group, and I love it.
He is. It's great. And apron.
Oh, I know, right? His pink apron. I'm glad that they had that in there because that just made my day.
Yeah.
I thought it was so flippin' funny how every time he turned around, more people were showing up at the house.
Oh my gosh! And then the look on his face is like,
what is this?
Can you double a? What was it? It was I always want to call it squash, and that's what
sweet potato.
The sweet potato.
Yeah.
Can we double
the sweet potatoes in one dish?
In one dish, and she's like, "Why are you asking?" Or they're like, "Why are you asking me?"
Right. I don't know. But all that, and then oh my gosh, the poor bird. That turkey was so crisp with it.
When a turkey is crisp enough to play hockey with,
you know that it is.
It's
beyond well done.
His face reading the book.
On the side. Yep. But I loved that hockey scene because I'm like,
I did too.
What else is fitting than a bunch of hockey players going, okay, let's bring everybody. We're just going to
a bunch of amateurs.
Just play around with the bird. Yep. You know, it's all good. I have to say, I really liked kind of the side thing of that too, though, how you were getting more into Logan and Jules' situation.
Yeah.
With their mom being in rehab, you kind of find out some of the things that happen, when they were talking about how one time their mom forgot Thanksgiving and they had to go get tacos from a taco truck.
I want to know about this marshmallow thing.
I know the marshmallows.
How did the marshmallow thing start?
How did it come to be? I need to know this
why
information.
do they do it every year now?
Yeah, I need to know this. So make sure it's somewhere in something because it's gotta be
trying to figure out all these marshmallows.
Just they were just here.
And then you've got Des being it's a crime to not have marshmallows on top of the sweet potatoes.
Right.
And Jules is just over there
right.
I have them, but
they're I don't know where they could be.
And Logan's just what have them?
I love when they're dropping off the food to their mom, and he does. Well, no, when he does.
Oh, the contraband.
Hand over the contraband, and the lady at the behind the window is like, "Wait, what?
What?
What? contraband.
She's like
Just
expected like a bottle of
marshmallows.
vodka or
Just
something. and it's a
marshmallows.
marshmallow.
So that was funny. And then I like how they showed up to the rink with like their little, like
Their handmade like blow marshmallow gun
thingies.
things.
I don't even know what to call them. But Thanksgiving,
bitches.
yeah, that was great.
I love that.
I love how they tied in then them clearly living at the rink.
Mm-hmm.
You've got Hannah and Garrett at Malone's eating. And then they call Dean, and Dean is just shirtless in bed. It's like,
yeah,
how fitting.
And
that boy is never dressed.
They're like, do you ever wear a shirt?
Right. I love how he goes, Wellesley, don't get drawn into this or something like that. But, and then like, of course, you know, they pans out and it has them where it's him looking at her. And then the next episode, it's like all about them. And like, I liked how that set that up.
I like how that was set up too.
Because then their next one starts where he's like on the bed and she's like, you can clearly tell she's in her head. She's like, this was just supposed to be a one-time thing, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
But I like how it goes back after that and like you get it from the beginning as you're going through. Because I feel like then you get so much backstory of like things you didn't realize.
Yeah.
Were going on.
But then you
to get the clear picture before it catches back up to where it was.
Yeah.
Like,
but then you rewatch and you're like, oh my God.
Like, how did we notice this? Yeah. But I have to say, one of my favorite parts in 6 is when she gets into the vehicle with Bo and Dean.
Yes, and they're singing show.
They're singing like they're talking about what's your favorite show on 3? And it's like the same thing. What's your second favorite show? And then he's like, oh my God, you guys. And they're like, oh, what did you just say? And he's like, what? What did I say? And then you're like, whatever, he's singing Legally Blonde.
And he's like, you just met. And they're just torturing him with Broadway. And then he's like, oh no. He likes it. He just won't show it. And then he shows him. Shows her the dance. I wish we could have seen that.
Oh my gosh.
I wish they actually did that.
Like, I wish we saw that, yeah.
Yes.
That'd be so flippin' funny.
Yes, exactly.
Oh my gosh, that'd be so funny. But yeah, no, I love that scene between them. Or just like helped rectify like how I'm curious to see then how it goes into 2 because it shows like them bonding now.
Yeah.
With the 3 of them.
Yeah.
I know, I'm not even going to mention it. But I have to say another one of my favorite moments would have to be when Allie called Dean out on his crap.
Yes.
Where he's like giving her the tour and she's like, all right, what's your next move? And he's like, what? This is it? And she goes, no. What would you do next? He's like, there's a grandbaby piano. I go down there and they ask if I play. And he goes, oh.
The fact he plays Bad World, though, and it works.
I don't know. Like, what?
I need to see the Dean rendition of Mad World now, though.
Right.
I
need this now. I need to know.
Even if it's not in the show, can you just do it?
Please. I gotta know.
I need to know Dean's rendition.
I need to know. Like, it needs to be shown. And I love how they just like, she's like, all right, tell me like the real you. What would you really be doing? It's playing chess. Like something you would not
Which is crazy that he would do.
Right. Like you would not think like that's
his choice of entertainment.
Yeah, you're getting that like Playboy mode. You're getting that like athlete mode. And then you're playing chess for fun?
You're like
against your sister?
Yeah.
Like okay.
Which like I feel like with like the reputation and personality and all of that, like it's just one of those things like you would not guess that would just be a thing.
Right. But
like even with Summer in her book, like you would not think that she'd just be playing chess.
Well,
but they're both extremely smart.
I think I do get it because I remember specifically in the book, when I did my reread, her talking about how, like when she went to visit his family of like how down to earth his parents are and how like you wouldn't know they were super rich unless like you knew because whenever like she's like I went to meet them and she goes, his mom was just in jeans. Like, she
That
was
makes
just,
sense.
and like, you couldn't tell they were like high powered, like attorneys or whatever. And it was like, oh, like, they're just down to earth, like simple.
Yeah.
Like, they like to just chill and relax. So it's like, I guess you can see it, like, they may put this front up,
Mhm.
but like behind the scenes, like, it's like, no, they're really like chill and just down to earth. And like, I feel like
I completely forgot about
maybe because of the fact that they were raised that way, that they just have this facade about them.
that. Yeah.
Like, we have to come off this way or something, like it's a protective mode.
Well, and it's
Which I
funny
see
because
with Summer. I can't wait till Summer comes into
Yeah.
the show because I very much see it with Summer.
I do too. I see her being more of the like the fancy person.
Yeah.
Just fashion.
Well, I mean, yeah, but also, like, you remember when he was getting the tour and Allie was like, her
Yeah,
closet is the
closet.
size of my bed.
Yeah, her closet's massive. Like,
Like,
she's
it's
the only one
huge.
where you would look at her and probably be like, she's probably rich.
Yeah.
Like, for sure.
Yeah.
Because she's
And not fake
fascinator.
rich.
She's
like
got all of
rich.
she's into fashion.
Yeah.
So obviously she's gonna be into the name brands.
Correct. I'm trying to think. There's another moment just after Thanksgiving that stuck out to me. Trying to rack my brain. They had like just gotten back. Was it? Was when they just got back? Was that when Bo had introduced her to his sister? If I'm correct.
Yes.
And then like she was like, they're talking about like, oh, I'm not in another relationship. We're just having
Yeah.
fun. And then like his sister had to basically point out like, no, honey, you're basically falling back into another relationship.
Yeah, yeah. And she's like, the best way to do that is to sleep with someone else.
Right.
And
That's where
that's when we introduce Hunter Davenport.
for me, that's where I then start getting, and I'm going to go over this in our library wars or the layer wars and library scores segment. That's for me when it takes a downhill where I'm just like, what the hell are we doing? Because it's like, in their book, Dean and Hunter are close. Because
Yeah, and
he's literally staying after for ice time with him and teaching him and helping him. And it's like, what are we doing here? Because we're bringing him in like he's a bad guy now when in their book, like they were supposed to be like kind of friends.
And he has no storyline until Summer's book.
Well, he does, but it's very backline.
Yeah, and it's backline, and he's
just there as like
he's a small part.
He shows that Dean is
off-campus
evolving and wanting to be a teacher because he likes like staying after.
Yeah,
like that.
But then in like the Briar U series,
yeah,
with like
that's when his
all
comes in.
That's when he starts
he's
getting
evolving
a little more.
Yes.
And he gets a little more of an introduction in Summer's book, and then we go into the rest of that series.
Right. Because I remember like this is where they like later they'll mention his ties in with Summer.
Yeah.
Because I remember that happens in episode.
Well, he says something about Dean's sister.
Well, episode 8.
Oh, that's right.
That's because Bo said something.
Yeah, that is Bo.
But so that'll be in the next episode. But
the fact that he is like any part at all with Allie, or that just even slept with somebody else,
made me so mad
because she never slept with anybody else.
Yeah,
Hunter didn't happen.
It made me mad because it was just like
there was no homework assignment either, right? Like she never even said.
Well, is that episode 8 that comes up? I believe that's episode 8 and that comes up. Yeah, because that's like after Hannah and Garrett.
Oh, right. So still, that was
but it just like I didn't like how they introduced him in this one.
No, I don't like how they.
Where it's just like he came in and he was like, what was it? Something Sinclair or something like that. Because he's using like a fake name.
No, it was like St. Williams or something.
I thought it was like St. Clair.
Was it St. Clair?
I'm just trying to remember like Sebastian's and Claire, something like, I don't know.
It was
like
something
that.
weird.
It's something weird and very like posh.
It was like
it gave me a very posh name.
it was like
And
you
I
were
was like,
introducing King Charles.
yeah,
Or something. It was
no, not
like,
fan.
obviously fake. Like,
Yes,
I
clearly.
would not be serving him alcohol. But yeah.
But it's very much like,
I feel like you pointed out in that episode though. You were like, is that Hunter Davenport?
yeah.
Something happened and you were just like, is that Hunter Davenport? And then episode 8 came.
Well, because I feel like they did very well at picking out an actor who I felt like looks how he's described in the book.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like that's what gave me the vibes of like, because they were, who was it? His name came up because they were talking about something else. The hockey players were. And they were like, oh, like he didn't even want to play. Like it's not even worth looking at.
Well, they were talking about it because Garrett.
Well, yeah, but that's in episode 7.
Yeah.
But something came up in 6. I feel like he was mentioned at some.
Or was it like a joke because they said he outskated Dean?
Something like that. It might have been.
Yeah, he was like, no.
Yeah. But something, I don't know. I feel like there was like context or something that made me
I think there was too.
think about that and was like, is that who this person is supposed to be? Because I know he's supposed to come into it and somehow, but like we've already been seeing that they're crossing storylines, so like clearly he's coming in here somehow.
Yeah.
But I did not expect it to be with Ali.
No.
So that just like threw me off. I was kind of like, whoa, wait a minute. Heartbreak.
Right.
What's going on?
So like that dynamic's gonna change unless there's some sort of like redemption in their relationship where Dean becomes a mentor or something. What?
Yeah, I don't know how.
I don't know how that's gonna work because like he hates it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll be curious to see how they kind of rectify that.
This is
I
a
know.
roller coaster.
Now we're just like all up in our feelings. Anyway. Okay, after that, there's another part. You can tell it's getting late. My brain is slowing down.
It's not 1 a.m. yet.
It's after midnight, girl. We're close.
Wait, are you?
No, it's 12:08.
I'm gonna be honest. I thought it was like 10:30.
No, girl. We like.
You said that, and now I'm tired. Thank you.
Sorry. But I'm like over here trying not to yawn.
I already did like twice, but I yawn all the time.
I know, me too. Oh no, I say I'm going to. Sorry.
You hate me. All right.
I'm trying to remember what happens after that because I know there was a part after that.
I'm trying to think of where you're even at right now.
Well, I'm trying to think. So, like, after she meets
him,
I'm trying to think where the episode ended.
Okay. It ended in a way. You know?
I know, but I'm blanking. That's the problem. Because I'm like, I remember, like, them meeting. She was showing... Like, they were showing her around. They ran lines. They went to the bar.
Ends with...
had a drink.
An ice confrontation and shocking secret reveal that shatters the main relationships. So, that's right. It ends with Hannah having basically a panic attack in the middle of the road.
Yeah. Oh. Yes. Okay. Yes, because they had the fundraiser.
Yeah.
So you had the fundraiser and like...
And then they're leaving.
Yes, I know what you meant. Okay. So this is the part. That's the part that I needed. Thank you for that. You triggered it. You triggered it. All right. So one of my absolute favorite moments is when they're at the fundraiser and they're doing like that request for the band to play.
And they're communicating.
And they're communicating their songs. And like he did it with like the dirty little secret.
And then she did you in your hand.
With your hand.
This is for Maverick.
Like, oh my gosh. I was like, I love this right now. Like, it's so great.
Yeah, we started cracking up. We were like, are they just going to communicate all night through requesting songs?
Like, that was the best.
And then you see that Logan doesn't know about Garrett, his dad.
Right. Because that whole scene, when he mentions that there's box like tickets to the game and like a meet and greet with him.
Yeah.
And Garrett is just like so upset.
Like, you called my dad. I told you not to call my dad.
Yeah. And Logan doesn't, doesn't know the extent of things. So I feel like he just thinks, oh, it's just like,
he just thinks his dad is a dick and that he's just like too hard on Garrett. Not that he like is abusive.
Right. I don't think he knows the extent of like how bad his dad actually is. So it's like starting to like.
I feel like if Garrett had told him, then.
Right.
But like Garrett's like not telling him.
And that's one of the things I think comes down to the downfall in the next episode.
Oh,
is what like plays into it is he's not opening up to anybody but Hannah. And
there's just a lot.
It's a lot to unpack.
In the next 2 episodes.
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack.
That we
can
gonna complain about
next episode.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it. It's gonna be a long one. Let's edit that.
Yeah.
Let's get it lower. But yeah, that was the part, and that's why I was asking where it ended. Because I was like, that's where like that was getting close to the last.
Yeah.
I do love the foreshadowing there though. So the Hurricanes hockey team that they're raising the fundraiser for. If you remember in the book, that's the kids that Dean then starts coaching. Where he gets sit down to coach is for the Hurricanes. It's like the kids team. Then that's where like he starts getting his thing up.
Yeah.
So I was like, that foreshadowing there was like, oh, is this going to come into play then in the next season when like will it actually happen? Because like that brought up and I was like, oh my gosh.
And we can get more into this in the next episodes because it's more of a next episode thing. But the fact that they changed Hannah's situation, Garrett defending her honor.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Because that's when you find out. Because at the end, before like when she's leaving the loans, is when you find out who hurt her.
Well,
and
you kind of have foreshadowing before that though, because
because you saw him as she starts having like a hyperventilation thing, and she dances to El John.
Yeah,
in the green room.
Yes,
but like
so like, and then also though, and specifically in episode 5, before like when he's bring up like, why don't you go home to Thanksgiving? And she goes, I can't because blah blah blah. Yeah. And then he finds out, he goes, oh crap, like he was a hockey player. And she's like, yeah,
and they changed that.
Which is like
because he wasn't, his friend was, right?
I don't remember them specifically saying anything. I think it was just at a frat party, or like not at a frat party, but like at a party. He's the mayor's son, and
just at a party. I thought his friend was on the other team, and that's when Garrett punched.
No. His friend was just there for a game because he went to the other college.
Oh,
he was there as like just like a person watching the game.
Okay,
yeah. So we'll get more into that for the
next. But yeah, I feel like they just kind of.
But like, yeah, he wasn't mentioned as being like a sports athlete in the book or anything like that. So that was kind of like, whoa.
And then to make it a hockey player, just
like
seemed a little too coincidental.
It did, but they do what they do.
They do what they want.
But, like, to hear them talking about him and, like, her then just seeing the look of panic.
I think she did really well doing that.
She did so well because as somebody who has had panic attacks for things like that, like, I was almost like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm looking in a mirror of, like, what happened to me, like, in some situations.
Yeah.
And it was just like,
I agree.
Wow. She did amazing at how she portrayed that because it was so realistic.
Yeah.
So I really liked how like she played that out. But it just broke my heart.
Yeah, it was It was, like, really sad, and then, like, the realization of, like, who he is and that they're going up against Briar
Right.
and, like, she obviously can't go home, and there's nothing, like she wants to put that in the past. She doesn't want anything to do with it, and then
Right.
here it is.
Like, here
Right
it
in
is
front of her
coming right in front
face,
of you.
face to face with Garrett.
Right.
So, I can see how that can just
Yeah.
add to it.
Yeah. We'll get more into that next episode because that
Yeah.
is, I have some things that just make me mad on that. All right, let's go into our library and layer. So for the layer wars, the change I think that I hated the most was bringing in Hunter Davenport the way that they did.
Yes, definitely. That's mine too.
And I feel like I'm going to go more into that in the next episode because it gets even more into that next 2 episodes. But I'm like, just knowing that he was in this episode, just like kind of was like,
Yeah.
are you flipping kidding me?
Yeah.
The way that it was going to set up. There's another one too that made me mad, but I can't. I feel like I was talking about it earlier and I said I'll come back to it, and then I'm like trying to figure out what it was that I said.
I can't remember. I feel like there's so much that changed starting in this episode.
That yeah, and like certain things would just start to make me mad. Like, why are you changing this? Like, what?
Yeah.
What is the purpose of this? What is this going to lead up to? Like, it just makes me have more questions.
Yeah.
And it's
The
frustrating.
overlapping of timelines, which, I mean, it makes sense in the show, but it doesn't make sense to us because of the books.
Right.
Like, how's this timeline going to work out? How's this person going to go do that? And people, I
Right.
feel like this episode, well, mainly really episode 6, like,
It kind of threw a wrench and everything, and
it
you're just
did.
like, whoa, my head is like, where are we going with
Spinning,
all this?
what's going on? We have more questions than answers. Like, how is all of this going to play out? And who knows how long it's going to take for us to know how Logan's is going to play out because they're skipping his book until after Dean and Al.
Right, right, which is throwing me all off because I'm like, so many things like I feel like happen in each book to set up the next book. I'm like, how are we going to change this enough to set up their book and then not run Tucker's book?
Yeah. And then
Or
also, like, are we just going to completely change everything?
Right,
Like, how close to the books are the next 2 seasons going to be?
right,
And hopefully not mess up Tucker's
right.
story as well. It's,
Yeah,
there's a lot to unpack here.
so much. All right. For library scores, based on like how flawless they executed the emotional kind of payoff of everything, I feel like because of how frustrated I was about everything,
Mm-hmm.
I kind of put it at a 3.
I was thinking the same thing.
And like, we're messing with stuff. You're messing not just the emotional stuff that's going on in this thing, but you're messing with my emotions now, and I don't like it.
Yeah, mainly with confusion and like adding to the questions.
Right.
Like, I'm very confused. What is the camera doing?
It doesn't even know.
I'm telling you, it's the ghost.
It's gotta be. All right. Last segment. Survival of the fittest.
Sorry, the camera was bouncing. Survival of the fittest. Let's go.
All right. So, based on these 2 episodes, how well do we think our characters are going to be able to, survive the dragon lair? So, I've had some change around.
Oh shit.
I think Tucker is still at the top. He handled how everything went down with Friendsgiving so well.
Oh yeah. I mean, you could tell he was internally freaking out, but he handled it very.
You could tell he handled and could manage stress and stuff.
Yeah.
So I actually bumped him up to a 95% with how well he handled it and took the bad parts and turned them around. I feel like he would very well, like in a dragon lair, if something went wrong, he could be like, all right, nope, this is what we're going to do. Let's spin this around. Let's do this and fix this.
Yeah.
Hannah, I dropped to about an 75 to 80% chance. But it's mainly because while she did really well on episode 5, when her panic attack took, it's like
it paralyzed her.
She was like completely, I was like, okay, so what would happen then if a panic attack happened in a dragon lair?
Yeah, she'd be dead.
And like, it's just, so she dropped because of that. Garrett dropped to 65% because we saw his emotional turmoil with like Thanksgiving. If his dad's even mentioned, like, it's over.
Like, not saying that he's weak.
No, not at all. But
we're
just, like,
just saying that, like, if
certain things happen, like, it's essentially going to be, he's going to be too much in his head. He's not going to be thinking about it. He's going to make a mistake.
Yeah.
Like, that's just how they
portrayed him.
Well, react to like stressful situations.
Yes.
And right now he's not.
That's what I'm trying
reacting.
Yeah.
Well.
He can't handle the stress very well.
I'd say Allie is still about a 50%.
Okay.
I feel like she's kind of handling her breakup a lot better in these episodes.
Yep.
We're kind of not falling apart like she was.
She's trying to find herself in a way. And also trying to move on.
Right. Even though, yeah, just.
We'll get into that next episode.
Logan. See, I feel like in these 2 episodes, he wasn't as bad as last episode. So I'd probably keep him, maybe bump him up from a 50 to a 55%.
Yeah, because in these last 2 episodes, it was like he's not gonna just let Garrett fry.
Right. You clearly see like there's still turmoil, but it's like maybe his head's on a little bit tighter than we thought. Like he's not as
well, and he's trying to also do like the right thing. It seems like even though Garrett was pissed off, like he called his dad, he's like, these kids need the money, and so, he related to the kids too because he was one of them.
Yes.
So I feel like he was just trying to do the right thing. But again, if Garrett would just open up,
I know that. So it's a whole other can of worms. Okay, next we have Jules. So last episode I said 45. I'd probably keep them at a 45 this episode too, just because like
there wasn't really a lot of development.
A whole lot of development, but like the moments we saw, they were like very much loyal to like wanting to go visit mom in rehab.
Well, they were.
Yes. And then it's not like they weren't like overcome by emotion or like completely out of reality.
Yeah.
Determined. And like sometimes determination doesn't always equal
that's true.
Survival skills.
They were very determined.
If you can't be adaptive.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like they weren't getting that adaptive quality as much. So I feel like that I would keep them at like the 45%.
I also feel like though so I respect the loyalty that they have.
Yeah.
But with parent who has been in rehab multiple times and they keep saying like I've seen the patterns too much to where like at some point you just gotta be like
they have to sink or swim. They have to do it for themselves.
They have to do it for themselves. They're not going to be able to like talk them into whatever and get them on the straight and narrow. Like something is unfortunately going to have to happen for them to learn their lesson. And I think Jules has too much hope or faith in her mom, their mom. I suck at that. Their mom. I mean, the mom's been in rehab multiple times.
Yeah. Like this isn't the first time.
I understand wanting
to be there.
And
but at some point
at this point the mom needs to sink or swim.
Yeah.
You can only go to rehab so many times. Like
before you like finally making it like actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. All right, our Dean. So, in episode 5, I was very much on keen with staying with the 20%.
Okay.
But then episode 6 happened. I actually bumped him up to a 35%
Okay.
because of this reason. So clearly he is hiding his sparks.
Yes.
And you start to see that when they're like playing chess, when he's opening up to Allie a little bit more. And it's like, okay, so clearly this dumb blonde, he's like a whole facade.
Yeah.
So it's like, clearly he's smarter than he is. I think that could work to his advantage.
He could strategize.
Yeah, he could very much like the strategy, like coming into the Dragon Lair. I'm like, okay, my confidence in you is boosting a little bit more.
Yeah.
So I got that for about 35%.
Okay. I can see that.
So I can see it going up. Well, we'll see what happens in the next episode, but I can see it going up.
The strategy could help.
I'm still flavoring because of how he's acted in other episodes. So I'm like, how long is this facade able to like go down though, and like him be able to actually keep it going?
Yeah.
Without something else interrupting.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Justin at this point is just dead. I mean, he gone. He gonna stay at that 10%.
Yeah. I kept him at the 10%.
Because at this point, well, no, because we did see him in the fundraiser, but I think that was like the last time we saw him.
Yeah, that was because, he walked off after Wellesley was like, I don't think
he's like, write your own
no,
song.
you need to write your own song or something like that. Yeah. So I feel like there's just too much where it was like, we didn't see him a whole lot more because it was like Garrett and her around together. You saw them where they were still in their collab moments where it was like Garrett would be there with them and he was just like, hey, like nonchalant, kind of like whatever now.
I also feel like, I don't know, him playing the song without asking Hannah about it, I feel like then makes me wonder if he would almost kind of have like a secret plan.
Right. Like for residing under the
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I could see that.
Because it's, I don't know, if you're not gonna like collaborate with your songwriting partner about a song that they've told you isn't ready and doesn't want it played yet, but you do it anyway, I feel like that's a red flag.
That is very much red flag. Very much red flag. And so, yeah, so we're keeping him at that 10% is just not.
Yeah.
That's just,
he's at this point, he's roasted.
Right.
Because he is not in the next 2 episodes. I don't think he is.
Trying to replay in my head.
At least no, like, actual
not
impactful way.
Right.
This is like the last, like,
where you're actually seeing scenes where he's actually like in it with them or something. Yeah.
So I'm thinking at this point, Justin is roasted.
He's gone. He's crispy little bits on the side.
So he's the first one to die officially.
Yep.
So,
but
yeah.
We'll see what happens in the next episode.
And
with some of these, because there's a new one I'm going to bring in the next episode. I just didn't have the heart to put them in the last few episodes. It would break my heart too much. I know.
I don't know.
But I am bringing him in because he scores high in the next one.
Okay.
Because he has his moment at the end of episode 8.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason I can justify bringing him in is because he had that impact right at the end. Where I was like, okay, nope, I'm bringing you into this. I'll explain to you in a minute.
So I feel like I understand.
Oh, yeah. But I'm like, I didn't have the heart to put him in it the rest of the time.
No, I feel that. I feel that.
So I'm like, but he had such an impact in that. I'm like, I have to bring him in.
I totally get that. And those of you watching, I'm so sorry about the camera. I really don't know what it's doing. It didn't do this last time. I'm telling you, it's the ghost.
It's something. It has a mind of its own.
It's the ghost.
All right. Well, we'll let the ghost go to bed then. So that's all for today's chapter, fellow book dragons. So until next week, make sure your blankets stay cozy, your TBR is fiercely guarded, and you keep that Dr. Pepper ice cold because that is when it's the best.
And go order some takeout. Try not to burn down the library obsessing over your fictional hockey player. And as always, don't look at your bank account. Just buy the book.
Just do it.
Just do it. You deserve it.
You do. Right.
All right.
Bye.